Good afternoon, this is James from GPX, and I thought I'd take the opportunity, whilst I had one built up, to show you the brand new 2026 GPX 300 TSE L model. That's L with the linkage. So this is a linkage model. We also do exactly the same bike, but with no linkage. So in other words, the shock bolts on the frame there, and then it bolts onto the swinging arm there. So you don't have the linkage. Now, perhaps the advantages of having no linkage is that you don't have to maintain the bearings. Some people also prefer the feel of linkage to non-linkage, but I've got to say, I've been riding all my life and I've never felt any difference. I've been perfectly happy on either bike. I can't tell any difference. Maybe people can tell the difference. Maybe you need to be a world champion or up there in British Championship to actually feel the difference. But I certainly can't. But anyway, we offer that option. We also offer the linkage version of this bike in two different seat heights. So the standard seat height's about 920 and the lower seat height is about 880. Okay, so let's just give you a look around this bike firstly, and as we go I'll give you some details about it, some of which will be repetition over maybe the other GPX videos you've seen, but hey, there we are. At the very heart of this bike is a 300 two-stroke engine, which is got 6-speed, wet clutch, and it's got a counterbalancer as well as an adjustable power valve. And there's the adjuster there. When you have that screw wound out to where it is at the moment, the actual power band cuts in early in the rev range. If you want to quieten the bike down and make it a little bit less fiery, then you can actually screw that valve in there, that screw in there, and it will actually restrict the power valve from opening until much further up in the rev range. So you can actually get this bike riding like a 4-stroke if you wanted to, because this bike is a real, very, very powerful engine. This bike is built to thrill, and it will thrill, and it does thrill. It's very quick, it's a wheelie machine, it's a proper powerful bike. It's carburetor induction. It's got a new carburetor for this year, and the factory have developed this carburetor based upon others, but they've tuned it and they're really pleased with the results, and they say it's significantly better over last year's model, which is great to hear. You've got the shock here, which is a new shock for 2026. At the top you've got high and low speed compression. You've got lots of adjustment there for preload on the spring, and at the bottom around the other side you've also got rebound adjustment. Comes with electric start obviously, and the electric start is beautifully quiet. There's no clunk, it just whirs like an electric motor whirs, you know, it's lovely and silent. It really does the job brilliantly. Kickstart just simply isn't needed. There was a kickstart on the 23 model, but really they're not needed, so I don't have one on my van, so I just don't need one on my bike. These bikes come with a very powerful 170 cold cranking amp lithium battery, which is super powerful. It's way more powerful than it needs to be for this bike. It's built by JMT. They supply all the batteries for KTM and the like. They're about the leader really in batteries, and that's what you've got fitted to this, so you're going to have no worries in that department. It's got nice billet alloy footrests. This is all alloy casings, as you can see. I don't need to point that out to you, but maybe you haven't noticed. Alloy swinging arm. Moving down here, obviously stainless steel disc with Brembo style brakes. Alloy hub, alloy rims. Moving up to a brushed alloy, very nice looking, repackable silencer. This is all new for 2026. The silencer's new for 26, all these plastics are new for 26. You've got a fan fitted as standard. You've got these strong bits of plastic in here, these radiator covers which provide a good level of side bracing if you drop the bike, well, when you drop the bike. Powerful LED lights on the front and back. On the front, people are constantly telling us how impressed they are with the lights because they are very powerful. Decent flexible plastics. Again, Brembo brakes on the front. The suspension here is all based upon white power, so you'll find that the seals, the springs, the guide bushes, the slide bushes from white power go straight in our forks. Our bikes come with indicators, they come with brake lights on the back, they come in obviously normal lights as well. This is all new for 2026. You've got new clamp over brake levers and hydraulic clutch lever over on that side as well. And you've got rubberized buttons here for the start and kill switch. Okay, very nice switch gear. And then you've got really good looking clocks up here that work well. And these clocks are actually, let's wait for it to reset. These clocks are actually all controlled via these buttons here. We've put some instructions on our download page of our website. So if you want to reset your trip meter, you actually push these in a certain configuration and it resets them. It's got a 9.4 litre petrol tank. It's pre-mix, so you mix your own fuel, 50-1. Decent sized handguards. They're not small handguards, are they? You've got tie down points here for your bike in the van or on the trailer. This is your speedo cable along with your brake hose. These have also got these X-Ting style yokes which reduce the amount of clamping on this alloy tube here, because if you clamp this alloy tube here, it won't allow the slide and the guide bushes to slide up here easily. Won't allow the actual chrome part of the fork to slide up because it'll be clamped hard. So what these do, these spread the load and just reduce the actual squeezing of this part here. So they're a good idea. It's got a new wiring loom for this year. It's got a new chassis. It's got a new subframe, as you can see, with decent grab handles here for lifting the bike up. It's got a seat which you can remove just with this screw here. Let's tighten that up. Alloy fuel cap. It comes with one of these little nipples to go on here as well, so if you don't like a rubber one like that, you can just cut it off and stick the valve in the top. It comes with one of those in the box of bits that you get with the bike. You also get a really decent toolkit in an orange cloth pouch which unfolds to being, you know, it's a good length and it's got everything in it you can imagine. You could pretty much strip this bike down with that toolkit. It's quite something. It also comes with mirrors, comes with a 2-stroke mixing bottle as well. Anything else? Yeah, it comes with a couple of little brackets as well, just extra bits, and some extra little screws and nuts and bolts. It's good stuff. It's very thoughtful and good of the factory to actually put these bits in. It's a lot more than you get from other places. You've got a double spring stand here as well, which means the stand spring works more effectively than just having one spring in there. They do that for a reason. As I say, 6-speed. This is all based upon, you know, another make of bike that's out there. Comes with a 13-tooth front sprocket and a 52 rear, and we've got smaller front sprockets for all sizes. Pretty much KTM fits the back, and I think KTM fits the front as well. So there's your carburetor there with a manual choke up the top, and that's brand new for this year, that carburetor. and it's got an overflow bottle here for your coolant. So when your bike gets really hot and it wants to shoot out water everywhere, instead of it coming out of the radiator cap's designed to let the fluid into this bottle, and then when everything cools down again, it sucks the fluid back out of that and puts it back into the radiator. So it's a clever idea. It's been around for a long time, but manufacturers just don't incorporate it onto their enduro bikes, but GPX do. It's got the thermostat there for the fan. Just a simple on and off. There's no reserve on this bike, but as you can see the fuel in the tank, so God knows why you need a reserve. It's got a proper nice cast stand there, which is specially made for GPX, as are all the plastics and as are the whole bike. None of this is sort of off-the-shelf stuff. It's all been specifically designed by GPX for the bikes. The suspension on the forks, it's got compression up the top, okay, on both sides, even though they're different colours. Oh, in actual fact, I do apologise, you've got compression on this side and then it's rebound on the other side, and you've also got spring preload as well. You see that big there? That's it, spring preload. Alright, so let's just pan round this. You've got access to the air filter there with no tools. They're commonly available air filters. I think they're $14.99. Sprockets are £15.50. All the parts are very affordable. It's got a new swinging arm on the back. I'm not sure whether I mentioned it was new, but it's new because it incorporates this new chain guard. Look how rigid that chain guard is. Look how rigid it is. No flex in it at all. That's exactly what you want. That's exactly what you want. You want a hard, rigid chain guide. And that keeps the actual chain on the sprocket. Let's have a look under here. So you've got some mounting points underneath here for cloth straps that go round, or any type of leather strap. You know the straps I'm talking about that you can pull your bike around with. Obviously you've got the subframe bit as well, but if you want one of those straps, you just attach it to those sort of chassis sort of mounting points there and run it over the top, and you're sorted. This rear number plate section as well, it's been enlarged for this year, because I've got to say last year we had quite a few people who said that the area for mounting the number plate was a little bit small. So what we've done this year is we've given people the option. So you can actually have the large number plate area with a full-size legal number plate on it. But if you want to do something else, you just detach it. Okay, there we are, 2 bolts, detach all of that, remove it all, and put your number plate up there, up at the top. So that's a very nice little touch, which just shows you the amount of detail and thought that the factory go into, and that we go into making sure that these bikes, you know, are just actually are the ticket, and they do the job, and they offer people extra, and we're really chuffed to bits with them. There is continual work being done on these bikes, and the factory has really hit the ball out of the park in producing this bike, and we're absolutely chuffed to pieces with it. We've got another delivery. What are we, 10th of July now? And we've got another delivery actually of bikes on the way at the moment, including the linkage model. This is 5,950 on the road, no extra charges. That includes your road registration, your tax and your logbook and all the rest. And we've also got the models with the no linkage as well. So you got the choice, one or the other. So this bike is brand spanking new. Literally, I think it's been out of the crate about half an hour, literally, and I just rolled it down here to do this video. So I'm just going to start it up. I'm not going to ride it around for obvious reasons, because this bike is already sold. Let's just give it a bit of choke. I've just turned the choke off. bike's brand new, never been running. It's about the second time it's been started ever. Third time maybe, it's will have been started at the factory. Anyway, there you have it. Still needs maybe playing around with the idle a little bit, still needs running in. It's still got all the engine oil that's used in the rebuild and the mounting of the engine and in the preparation and putting together of the engine. Needs a bit of a run in carefully, as you can imagine. But here we are, we have a rip-roaring 300cc two-stroke bike, which is absolutely amazing. They are absolutely beautiful bikes, and the quality is up there with anything else out there on the market, and the performances as well. So there we are. Go and visit one of our dealers and take a look at one. Cheers, over and out.